there is a recipe for hummus or hummus. It gets very confusing, doesn't it? Anyway, I'm sticking with hummus. There's some photographs of it. It's very, very tasty. So it's one of the simplest things you'll ever make, and you'll wonder why you ever buy this stuff. And I'm not saying the stuff you buy isn't very nice, but it's no way near as nice as the homemade stuff. So here we go. I'm using the zest and juice of 1 lemon, tahini, which is a sesame paste which you buy. Don't even think about making that. I'm juicing my lemons into a separate bowl because I want to make sure I don't get the pips. So just carefully put the juice in with the tahini, and we're going to stir that for a while. It takes a while to get it to break down, but we want to make a nice homogeneous mixture. It's a very weird consistency, tahini. But there you go, once you get it going, homogenized tahini lemon paste. Done. I like to make warm hummus. So I've drained, that's from a tin of chickpeas by the way, already cooked. I've drained them. I've just topped them up with water, put them on a stove to boil whilst I peel the garlic. And again, the recipe I showed you earlier, it's a guide, it's a list of ingredients. If you want more garlic, use more garlic. If you want less, use less, etc. And hummus is one of those things you can add so many other things to. I kept mine very plain and classic, but feel free to pimp it up to your heart's content. Food processor required in my last video for the romesco sauce that I just did. I forgot to mention you need a food processor. So we'll get there earlier this time. I've got my garlic, a bit of salt to help it break down. Give that a minute or so. Don't have to worry about making it puree, it will break down once everything else is involved as well. So in with your tahini. I really was not a popular boy. I did this on a Sunday. My lady was sleeping and I spent, my God, how long I spent using this food processor. She was not happy. She was very happy when she ate the stuff, so there you go. Right, I've left it running. In goes the olive oil. So the chickpeas are hot. I'm using a slotted spoon. I didn't want to pour this away because I want to keep some of the hot water is required. Like in a lot of pasta recipes, you might need a little bit of pasta water, so I always keep the water reserved until I'm finished because I will use some, if I need it, to get the hummus to the consistency I want it. More blending. I've edited that a bit to cut this down. Looking good. But I'm thinking to myself, maybe it's a bit thick. I'll have a taste. Season. And there we go. So a little bit of the warm water still that I kept, just to get the consistency I want. Give it a final blend. It is that simple. Why would you make it if it's that quick and easy to make? And once you've bought a jar of tahini, you keep it in the fridge, you'll keep it for absolutely ages. but you got it there. And don't feel that you have to always use chickpeas. You could use butter beans, borlotti beans, any sort of tinned pulse. Why not? And I made, you'll see in my previous videos, a very, very lovely focaccia bread, and there it is. So that is me spreading the hummus on a bit of focaccia. How satisfying is that? Homemade focaccia, homemade hummus, and a romesco sauce. Please feel free to go to my previous videos to see how to make those. Have a go, let me know how you get on. Comment, share, like, subscribe. Obviously you've already subscribed, otherwise that'd be very rude. And I will see you in the next video, coming really soon. Bye.